Good evening. The Kent County Levy Court combined meeting tonight with the business and committee meetings. We're meeting at 555 Bay Road, Dover, Delaware, in Kent County Levy Court chambers. It's Tuesday, September 13th, 2020. Before I actually open the meeting, I'll turn it over to the county administrator to explain how folks can join us via phone or WebEx.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. As the President indicated, this meeting is being offered to members of the public via the internet using the WebEx platform. And if we have participants joining us on WebEx that wish to offer comment at the various opportunities throughout the meeting, we'll give you some basic instructions now and then we'll repeat them later. First, we ask that you keep your devices on mute throughout the meeting until such time as you wish to address Levy Court. And at those opportunities for public comment, we ask that you, if you're on a mobile phone, that you press *3, and that will raise an electronic hand. We'll be able to see you on our monitor and bring you into the meeting room. Before any comments, we ask that you state your name and address for the record before proceeding with your comments. If you're on a computer, laptop, or desktop, the WebEx has a raise hand icon at the bottom of the screen. You can activate, deactivate that as well, and that will also let us to recognize you and bring you into the meeting room. So if you could follow those instructions, and we'll repeat them at various opportunities throughout the meeting for public comment. This is, as the President mentioned, a combined meeting. We're doing some business tonight, some committee meeting activity tonight, so we'll be following both the rules of procedure that have been adopted by Levy Court for business meetings and for committee meetings, as well as the Mason's Rules of Order for business meetings. Mr. President, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. It is 7:04 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order at this time. I'd like Commissioner Howell to lead us in invocation, Commissioner Maston to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Sweeney to offer a moment of silence for our troops and first responders. Everyone rise, please.
Heavenly Father, we recognize your presence tonight. Thank you so much for all who attended. Pray that you'll bless all of them. I also ask you to give us guidance to all of our proceedings to please you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence to honor our military, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, and other first responders who have lost their lives in the line of duty, protecting and fighting for our freedoms. We also honor all first responders and medical staff who have succumbed to COVID-19 virus complications, contracted through close interaction with infected patients, losing their lives caring for others. Please remember these individuals who died in the line of duty, as well as keeping their families in your thoughts and prayers as they deal with the loss of their loved ones. Corporal Chad M. Beatty from the Washington County Sheriff's Office in Pennsylvania. Deputy Sheriff Ned Bird from the Wake County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina. Police Officer Cesar Echeverry from the Miami-Dade Police Department in Florida. Captain William Riley Hargrave from the Osage County Sheriff's Office in Oklahoma. Special Agent Jose Antonio Perez from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Police Officer Ivan Mauricio Lopez from the Mount Vernon Police Department, Alabama. Sergeant Robert Blaine Swartz from the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office in Oklahoma. Sergeant Harold Lee Russell II from the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Detective Matthew Walker Blansett from the Marion County Sheriff's Department in Tennessee. Constable Deborah Martinez Garibay from the Pima County Constable's Office in Arizona. Correctional Officer III, Caitlin Brianne Rittenauer from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Deputy Sheriff Jonathan Randall Koleski and Deputy Sheriff Marshall Samuel Irvin Jr., both from the Cobb County Sheriff's Office in Georgia. Police Officer Dylan Michael Vakoff from the Arvada Police Department in Colorado. Police Officer Mike Todd from the Detroit Police Department in Michigan. K-9 Officer Hannes from the Kern County Sheriff's Office in California, and K-9 Officer Axel from the Charleston Police Department. Firefighter Riley Daniel Ray Huris from the Grand Rapids Volunteer Fire Department in Wisconsin. Driver David Pleasant from the Memphis Fire Department in Tennessee. Wildland firefighter Colin Hagon from the Craig Interagency Hotshot Crew in Craig, Colorado. Fire Captain Michael Fisher from the Island Park Fire Department in New York. Wildland firefighter Logan Taylor from the Oregon Department of Forestry and U.S. Bureau of Land Management. And Captain Gary DeCook from the Barnes City Fire Department in Iowa. All these ladies and gentlemen and officers and canines lost their lives in the line of duty over the last month. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers, as well as their families. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sweeney. Can we have roll call, please, to determine quorum?
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Tanaka stepped out, so I'm going to do this my way and not necessarily what you're used to. So we'll begin with Commissioner Howell.
Here.
Mr. Howell?
Here.
Here. Commissioner Hall is absent. Commissioner Sweeney?
Here.
Commissioner Pepper?
Here.
Commissioner Angel?
Present.
Commissioner Maston?
Present.
And Commissioner Buxton is absent. Mr. President, we have 5 members present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Commissioner Hall is out injured this evening, and he was going to try to join us via phone. And Commissioner Buxton is very busy this evening with his Senate primary. So he has other things to do. And so we do have a quorum. I need a motion for the adoption of this evening's agenda.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Howe. Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, can we have roll call, please?
Certainly. Commissioner Howell?
Yes.
Commissioner Hall? Absent. Commissioner Sweeney?
Yes.
President Pepper?
Yes.
Vice President Angel?
Yes.
Commissioner Maston?
Yes.
And Commissioner Buxton is absent. Mr. President, roll call reveals 5 yeas. The agenda is adopted.
Thank you. Need a motion on this evening's consent agenda 22-10.
Move to approve, Mr. President.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Sweeney, second by Commissioner Maston. Unless there's any questions, can we have a roll call on that, please?
Certainly, Mr. President. We will begin with Commissioner Howell.
Yes.
Commissioner Hall is absent. Commissioner Sweeney.
Yes.
President Pepper.
Yes.
Vice President Angel.
Yes.
Commissioner Maston.
Yes.
And Commissioner Buxton is absent. Mr. President, roll call reveals 5 yeas. Consent agenda is adopted.
Thank you. And this evening we have the minutes from the July 19th, 2022 meeting, minutes of the August 9th, 2022 meeting, and minutes of the August 16th, 2022 meeting. I hope that you've all had the opportunity to review those. Or any corrections or deletions? If not, I'll take a motion to approve all 3 of them.
Move to approve all 3 minutes, Mr. President.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Sweeney, second by Commissioner Maston. And unless there's any questions, can we have a roll call on those business meeting minutes?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton? Absent. Mr. Hall? Absent. Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 5 yeas, 2 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals July 19th, August 9th, and August 16th, 2022. Business meeting minutes have been approved by Levy Court. This evening we have 3 presentations, 2 of which are resolutions and 1 is a tribute. The first item on the agenda is Resolution 3954. Can we have that read into the minutes, please?
This is Resolution 3954, declaring September 18th through September 24th, 2022 as Adult Education and Family Literacy Week in Kent County, Delaware. Whereas National Adult Education and Family Literacy Week raises public awareness about the need for and value of adult education and family literacy, and whereas adult education extends beyond the basics of reading, writing, and math. It also develops computer skills, help with becoming a citizen, and provides skills to find a job or start a career, as well as teach about health, money management, and how to support children's learning. And whereas nationally, over 40 million adults in the U.S. cannot read above the 3rd grade level, and nearly 63 million cannot do 4th grade math. And whereas last year in Kent County, 48 families were served in the Family Literacy Program at Polytech, 60 individuals served in an e-learning program at Delaware Center for Distance Adult Learning, and 311 individuals received adult basic education through programs, 57 from Delaware Technical and Community College, Terry Campus, and 700 in Polytech's adult basic education and high school programs. Now therefore be it resolved that the Kent County Levy Court does hereby proclaim September 18 through September 24th, 2022 as Adult Education and Family Literacy Week in Kent County, and urge our fellow citizens to learn more about the importance of literacy and to become involved with literacy in their communities. Be it further resolved that this resolution be and hereby is incorporated into the official minutes of the September 13th, 2022 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court.
Thank you. This is a resolution 3954. I do need a motion.
Move to approve Resolution 3954, Mr. President.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Howell. Unless there's any questions, can we have a roll call vote on the resolution?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton? Absent. Mr. Hall? Absent. Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 5 yeas, 2 absent.
Thank you. Resolution 3954 has been approved. Is there anyone here tonight to receive this? Come on down. We'll meet you down front. Thank you. Right there. Right in the middle. Thank you. Thank you for being here this evening to share this, the Adult Education Family Literacy Week. First, I'll let you tell us a little bit about it. Sure. And give us a few words, and then I'm sure the commissioners would like to have a few words.
Sure. I'm Betsy Jones. I'm the Director of Adult Education at Polytech. So about maybe 4,000 or so students are served statewide in adult education programs. Polytech is just one of many across the state. About a third of them, though, are here in Kent County. Adult education is a workforce development program. I tell students at every orientation, all roads from here, all roads lead to the workforce. Sometimes directly to the workforce, so through a GED or diploma program into the workforce. Sometimes through that and then to training and then the workforce or to college. So we really appreciate your support, appreciate your work here to help us raise awareness and to support the importance of and the need for adult education here in our community.
Thank you. Thank you, Betsy. Education is very important. We all know that. And every day is a learning experience, not just for, it's also for the embetterment of one's self-worth too. Some people don't do it for the workforce. They just want to use education to get their goals attained and other means. So thank you for that.
Betsy, I think we all understand the importance of education and certainly the effort that's put forth into programs at your school, and I can only tell you congratulations on a job well done and keep it up.
We all know that what leads to a better economy is good businesses. Good businesses are going to follow good education. So having this program, acknowledging that we agree that adult education is critical to the county and to our economy, thank you very much for everything you do.
Well, I taught adult ed for 29 years. I did all mine in prison. I didn't live there. I just taught there. Okay, make that distinction. Hopefully, your environment's a lot more nicer than mine. But anyway, when I saw that, it really caught my attention because it really is a very interesting and challenging field. So just keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being with us tonight, and again, echoing the other commissioners, thanks for what you do. We're proud to be partners with the adult education program at our Kent County Aero Park. We recently entered into a lease with the soon-to-be aircraft mechanic program, which I believe will start in January. So Mr. McIntyre was delightful to work with, and we're glad to have you all as part of the Kent County family that way as a partner. So congratulations for being with us.
Thank you so much. We're really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, we are too. We're real looking forward to bringing people out of the Air Force and or other walks of life and being able to train them to be aircraft mechanics right out at the Aero Park. So I've got a real good feeling about the program, and I know it's going to be a success. And we really appreciate the partnership between the county and Polytech on that. So, but that being said, we'll go ahead and present this to you, okay. And we'll hold that, and we'll get a picture. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Good stuff. You want to practice it? The next item on the agenda is Resolution 3956, and we'll have that read into the minutes. Mr. Naka?
Resolution 3956, declaring the month of September as Substance Abuse Addiction and Awareness Month in Kent County, Delaware. Whereas a record-breaking 515 people died in Delaware from drug overdoses in 2021, and whereas 82% of deaths involved fentanyl, as it has been found more frequently in illicit substances, and whereas Delaware's overdose death rate remain a record high in the United States, ranking number 2 among all states for its rate of overdose deaths. And whereas the Kent County Department of Public Safety Emergency Medical Services responded to 1,218 calls for overdoses in 2021 and 766 calls for overdoses so far in 2022. Now therefore be it resolved that the Kent County Levy Court for the 5th year will participate with the State of Delaware, City of Dover, the Vines Community Project, and other Delaware businesses, and hereby declare the month of September as Drug Addiction Awareness Month in Kent County, Delaware. Be it further resolved that this resolution be and hereby is incorporated into the official minutes of the September 13th, 2022 meeting of the Kent County Levy Court.
Thank you. This is Resolution 3956. I do need a motion on this.
Move to approve Resolution 3956.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Sweeney to approve and second by Commissioner Howe. Can we have a roll call, please, on the resolution 3956?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton? Absent. Mr. Hall? Absent. Mr. Howell? Yes. Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 5 yeas, 2 absent.
Thank you. Resolution 3956, declaring the month of September as Substance Abuse Addiction Awareness Month, has been approved by Levy Court. Do we have anyone in the audience tonight here to accept this? Hi there, welcome. She's back. We'd love to have you come back. How about you take a few seconds and tell us about the program, and then I'm sure all the commissioners have something to say.
So good evening, everyone, and thank you for having us back again. I want to just say, I don't know if it goes on record, but I really want to say for record that the Kent County Commissioners have been faithful to Delaware Goes Purple and to substance abuse awareness and addiction prevention since 2017. You guys have been faithful for the last 5 years of making sure that this county in particular, that we go purple and that we, stay on the forefront of this cause. I just want to read a couple things to you. I notice it's fancy. I want to say this, and I want to say this because of these beautiful young athletes that are out there, that this year we saw such an increase amongst our young people. And a lot of the work that's going on in this county is targeted towards prevention and awareness for our young people, because we recognize that in one use, your entire life can change. And it won't ever be the same again. 1 of 10 Delawareans is dependent on opioids. 4 of 5 new heroin users started out just using prescription medication. 7 of 10 overdose deaths involve opioids. We are the 3rd highest per capita in healthcare costs for opioid users. 21% of Delaware teens are more likely to use drugs in the past month compared to the national average. That's staggering. We had a 31% rise this year in opioid deaths amongst teens. And since 2019, we have seen a 50% increase in overdose deaths in our state as a whole. So I just want to say thank you to you all. This is David Chernoff. He's here with me as my partner in crime tonight for Delaware Goes Purple. And we just want to say thank you for your continued support and commitment to this cause for our citizens. Thank you.
I want to add to Reverend Harris's comments. Do you realize in the last 5 minutes of this presentation, somebody died of a drug overdose? Every 5 minutes in this country, somebody dies of a drug overdose. But you can help. Please go to DelawareGoesPurple.org and sign the comments to support this. So DelawareGoesPurple.org, sign the petition to make awareness for this terrible problem. Thank you.
No, thank you. I know with our paramedics here, Chief Faulkner's in the audience. we've always heard that when there's an overdose, the Narcan brings somebody back and gives them a second chance. We just hope that they can continue with that. So thank you for that also. At least we try and save a life. So if we didn't have that, how many more would we lose? So thank you.
Having a husband that's in fire service, we have a scanner in our house. And on a weekend, or during the week, or on a holiday, there's never a day goes by that that scanner doesn't go off somewhere in Kent County where there's a drug overdose. Oftentimes, it'll tell you DOA. And my heart just bleeds for the parents and the family members that are left to suffer with the loss of a child or maybe even a parent. So I commend you for everything that you're doing, and just continue to keep up the fight. That's all we can all do. But again, thanks for everything.
This recognition shouldn't just be about 1 month of the year. It should be for the entire year. So, I mean, I'd like to have you guys come back every month and talk to us about what's going on and what more we can do to help. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate your efforts. I mean, this issue is of grave concern to many people. Many people's lives have been ruined because a loved one, abused drugs and was a victim of it. So anything you can do to help, we're for you. Thank you.
Again, thank you for raising the awareness of this crisis. This county, early on, we signed on to the opioid litigation efforts, and so now we're part of the commission that's been formed by the General Assembly to help steer the funds that we're receiving, Delaware's receiving from the opioid settlements, so that they actually get to the problem and don't get siphoned off into other things. And I know there's a lot of committed people on that commission that want to see that happen. So keep burning the light and getting the word out. But hopefully some of that will make a difference in this fight. So again, thanks for being with us tonight too. It's a pleasure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, this drug use, what's called recreational drug use, and the problems associated with it are totally preventable. And our paramedics are responding to these drug overdoses, and it's taken away time from folks that are truly sick or truly injured that really need their services that couldn't help their situation. So thank you for keeping the awareness up for this, and we look forward to seeing you again next year, because I know you'll be back. I will be here. All right. So let's get a picture here. And while I'm up here, I want to recognize Councilman Anderson from City of Dover. All right, now's the next item here. The next item is a tribute. Commissioner Sweeney, are you going to read it, or do you want okay. I'll hand the microphone over to you.
Thank you, sir. This is one of the things that gives me great pleasure as a Levy Court Commissioner, is recognizing youth in the county, whether it's Eagle Scouts or youth that have saved lives or athletes that have done very well and represented Kent County in regional and World Series, and we've done it twice up here now. This is the second time. So we have a tribute. Kent County Levy Court tribute to the Camden Women girls softball team, the 2022 Eastern Regional Championships in the 15 to 16 year age group. On this 13th day of September 2022, Kent County Levy Court pays tribute to the Camden Women girls softball team in recognition and celebration of your recent win as the 2022 girls softball Eastern Region champions. Recognizing that championships are accomplished by individuals working together, Kent County Levy Court hereby recognizes all who made this win possible, especially coaches Gary Kennard, Brian Wilson, Xavier Maldonado, and Tony McClellan, and the team members of the 2022 Girls Softball Championship team, Allie McClellan, Alyssa Kennard, Amaya Carpenter, Amy Gaddis, Audrey Carroll, Bridget Myers, Brooke Turner, Sierra Maldonado, Jada Mayan, Kiera Fent, Kyla Davis, Maddie Carell, Maddie Wood, Sam Wilson, and last but not least, and especially team mom, Hannah Kennard. The road to becoming the 2022 Girls Softball Eastern Regional Championship was undoubtedly long and challenging. So today we honor and pay tribute to each of you for achieving these outstanding accomplishments. The 2022 Camden Women Girls Softball Regional Championship ranked number 1 in District 1, number 1 in Delaware, and number 1 in the East after coming back from being down early in the game, winning 14-12 over New Jersey, and then competing in the final where they won 10-4 over Pennsylvania, and then competing in the Nationals where they were number 9 in the world after defeating the Netherlands 5-1. Most importantly, though, the 2022 Camden Women Girls Softball Regional Championship ranked number 1 in our hearts. The Kent County Levy Court would like to thank all regular season sponsors as well as supporters, fans, and the community for being number 1 and for your 2022 Eastern Regional Championship. Signed by Terry Pepper, the President, Alan Angel, Vice President, County Administrator Michael Pettit-Demange, and the rest of the Levy Court Commissioners. So if you guys would like to come down, all the team players, the coaches, and team mom.
And if you'll start over here on this side, and we'd love to give you a fist bump, an arm bump, or handshake, whatever you're most comfortable with. And Commissioner Sweeney will hand you a copy of what he just read. Congratulations. Very proud of you. Very proud. Good job. Good job. Very, very proud of you guys. Congratulations. Yeah, it is. Quite impressive. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Very nice. Very nice. Couldn't done without you.
Yes, they could. It's them. They did it all.
Yeah, we know. We know. Congratulations. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here's yours. Thank you. Thanks. These are, put one up there.
Yeah. If you can all get in team picture form, and we can get someone down on her knees or whatever, and the taller one's in the back, or however you do it. Well,
Ellie, do we need to move the table? And get a row right back here.
yeah, you get right back here. Here we go. All right. Great job.
There's no beehives.
Look at all the paparazzi.
Yeah, look at all this. Everybody has a camera. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, come on, both of you, get up here. Hannah. Yeah. Come on, get up here. Yeah. Well, stand there, and I want you to talk.
First, I just want to thank Levy Court for inviting us here. I know the girls appreciate this. They work very hard. As a coach, they probably don't realize how proud I am of them. They put a lot of work in for a lot of years. Some of them have been with me for 6, 7 years. Wow. So it was a lot of fun. Something I'll never forget, and it's something I think they'll never forget too. And Gary, you want to say something? I'm good.
Oh, come on, you got it.
I'm good.
Go ahead.
No, I'm like Brian, we're super proud of you. You guys don't understand how much we kind of respect you, and, wish we could have went a little further. But end of the day, you're still Cannon Williams #1.
Yeah. How many are going to be back next year?
I hope all of them.
All of them? All of them? Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, we're proud of you. Yeah, we want to see. We want you back here next year. All right. So we'll give a bigger award next year. But I'll pass this around to the commissioners.
Wow. All I can say is it makes me want to be 16 again, too. You guys were fantastic. I wish you could have gone further, too, but like it's been said, you're #1 in our hearts. Thank you for Kent County.
Congratulations to all of you on a job well done. Look forward to seeing you back next year.
Look, it just works out perfect. I sent a message to the Camden Wyoming Little League Facebook group, and your team mom answered. So, it's great that we're able to recognize you guys for your accomplishments. And, you didn't go all the way. You went all the way for us. For everything that you did, we appreciate it. We appreciate you representing Kent County in the way you did. Very professional. I hope you guys go much farther in not only the rest of your softball careers, but use this. You can see we had 2 issues right before you that were very serious. So it's nice to end on such a happy note with everything that you guys did. Carry that. Remember everything about this.
I want to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to shake your hands. That was my aerobics for the day. So I'm okay. Also, which one of you is a shortstop? You're probably better than I was. I was shortstop. Yeah. I got out of sports and ran for politics instead. But anyway, glad to have you. Come back to see us. And good job. Come on, Mom. Don't be bashful.
And so it's been an honor working with these young ladies. I've known most of them for a very long time. So it was an honor and a pleasure to be able to see them go this far. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. And I like to note they only had 2 practices before they actually started all of their road, to the World Series because of other commitments and such. So that is due to all of their hard work outside of practice and being able to come together as a team and really pull it off. So amazing job, ladies. Just keep at it and reach for those stars, girls.
And congratulations. What everyone else has said, very proud of your accomplishments. And some of you look like you're probably getting ready to get into your high school careers. You probably have great memories there as well, but savor this time. I know the coaches will. It's a special time in your life, but you really went far. A lot of teams don't get anywhere close to where the level that you got to play at. So amazing job, congratulations, and everyone in Kent County is very proud of what you accomplished. So keep it up.
Kelly, I want to get a picture with Hannah, just her and I when we're done, okay? So the little story goes, I asked her, I said, "Are you the team mom?" And her response back to me was, "Yes, ma'am," because my name is Jody. And she works with girls.
Just have a deep voice, huh? Kelly, can we get a...
Our Camden, Wyoming president, I'm going to embarrass him now, is actually here in the room because his daughter is on the team, Joe Carpenter. So thank you, Joe. He is a big supporter of helping these girls get there too. So without him and the Camden, Wyoming board as well, and all of our supporters and donors throughout the time, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and to the team, you see what time the coaches gave to you, just pay it forward. When you get, have the opportunity, pay that forward. Donate your time to somebody else to help them accomplish what you've accomplished or other things. So with that being said, Kelly, can we get a picture of staff here? Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Thank you.
Unbelievable job. Fantastic. Thank you. So, Joe, get you in the picture there, and we'll take a picture of all of us here. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Well, rest of us can take our seats. Mr. Coelho, do we have some introductions this evening?
Yes, good evening, President Pepper, commissioners. August was a banner month in the HR department where we oriented and enrolled in benefits 11 employees, 5 of which are paramedic trainees in attendance at the Good Fellowship Academy up in Westchester. And of the 11 employees, we do have 3 able to attend tonight. The first will be introduced by Director of Public Safety, Chief Colin Faulkner, the second by Finance Director, Susan Durham, and the third by Public Works Director, Diana Galt. Colin?
I have to quickly point out that there are 5 students that are at the Good Fellowship tonight. There are paramedic candidates, so because I have so many on this list. But it's my pleasure to introduce Eric Ross, who was hired as a Dispatcher 1 in the Emergency Communications Division on August 8th, 2022. Most recently, he worked as an Emergency Telecommunications Specialist for Sussex County EOC. And prior to that, he worked as a warehouse associate for Brass Sales Company Incorporated. Eric resides in Commissioner Buxton and Commissioner Pepper's district. Eric?
Just want to thank the county as a whole for offering the job to me and welcoming me with open arms. And I look forward to growing with all of you and providing service to the Kent County as a whole.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for coming to work for us. It sounds like you've already got your feet wet in this profession, so you know how much stress and that it is upon you, and we appreciate you and wish you a long career here with Kent County family. Congratulations.
Thank
you. Good evening. I want to introduce you to Amber Roberts. She was hired as an account specialist on August 22nd. She most recently worked as a receptionist at Lakeshore Motor Company. Prior to that, she worked as a sales associate with Pfeiffer's Farm Market Cafe, and then as she was getting her degree, she was working these jobs, and we're happy to have Amber aboard. She lives in Commissioner Buxton and Commissioner Pepper's districts. She brings the youth to our team. She'll be one of the youngest people in the county now.
Lowers that median age, huh?
Hi, it's nice to meet everyone. I just wanted to thank you all for having me tonight. I'm really excited to be a part of the Kent County Levy Court family, and I'm just excited to see what my future holds here at Kent County Levy Court. Thank you.
Well, Amber, we're very pleased to have you here. We wish you a long, happy career here, and welcome you to the Kent County Levy Court family. So, congratulations. Good luck.
Thanks, Amber. She's doing great already. So.
Commissioners, I'm here to introduce Holly Ford. She was hired as an Office Support Specialist 2 in the Engineering Division on August 29th. She most recently worked for City of Dover as an administrative assistant for 18 years, and she worked as an administrative assistant for Legion Insurance Company as well. Holly resides in Commissioner Buxton's and Pepper's districts. Holly?
Good evening. I just wanted to say thank you very much for the opportunity to come to work for Kent County. I'm excited for the opportunity and to learn all that I can and to absorb all the knowledge available to me. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it.
Well, Holly, we're glad to have you here as a new employee. We wish you the best of luck. And what a coincidence, the three that are here to be introduced tonight all live in Commissioner Buxton's and my district, and Commissioner Buxton's not here tonight. So, but for him and for myself, congratulations on being hired, and wish you a long, happy career here.
Thank you very much.
All righty, thank you. It's always great to meet new employees. Okay, at this time, we'll recess from the business meeting to the committee meetings. And first, we'll call the committee meetings to order. We do have 5 commissioners here, so we do have a quorum. And the first item on the committee meetings is the Finance Committee. Mrs. Maston is chair. I'll turn it over to you, ma'am.
First item for discussion is a reassessment update. Mrs. Durham?
Tonight we have Ryan Zuck. He's leading up the project. Come on down, Ryan. He's going to give you an update on where the reassessment stands at this point through September. Actually, through what date? Oh, I thought you had a little bit update through September. All right, Ryan. And then he will answer any questions you may have. Do you want to stand there or sit down?
I'd rather sit there.
Yeah, why don't you have a seat there? Looks like you're going to be there for a couple minutes. Welcome.
Absolutely. If you can give everybody one of them packets and one of them. Thank you. Yeah, yes. Thank you very much for the time of having me. My name is Ryan Zuck. I'm the project manager with Tyler Tech for the property reassessment. Mrs. Durham is handing out some information at this point. There is a status report. There is some other information that we will speak about. There is an income and expense form. There is what we call an inventory or data mailer. And there is also a notice of value. And we'll be talking about those through the status update of the reassessment. So currently, there's 12 processes of the reassessment. The first one is the data collection. We go door to door. We do data inventory, we're looking to confirm the information of the information that we have on file. So we interview the property owner, we make contact with the property owner or occupant, it could be a tenant. We're looking to confirm the information that we have on file. We then do a walk around of the property, we do a measurement of the building and any outbuildings, such as a detached garage, pole building, in-ground pool, anything detached from the building. After that point, our team leads in the field do a quality control of the property. So they're reviewing that property for accuracy. Once that property is deemed to be accurate, it comes into the office and we data enter the information into the CAMA system, which we know as Enterprise. So once we enter all of the characteristics of the property, the sketch, the picture, the tabular data, meaning the year built, bedroom count, bathroom count, basement finish, and outbuildings, we then do a quality control of the data entry process. We go through and we do a neighborhood delineation of the entire county. We look at the current neighborhoods that are on file, and we do our own neighborhood analysis to redelineate the county. We're looking by municipality, we're looking at school district, we're looking at natural boundaries in order to come up with new neighborhoods. Similar style homes are going to be within a similar neighborhood. We're looking to quantify the housing stock and the location into a value. That is what we're looking to do. So once we get all the data entry into the system and we do our neighborhood delineation, we send out what we call a data mailer or an inventory mailer. This goes out to every residential property owner of an improved property. It has a picture of their dwelling, a sketch of their home, and information pertaining to that property. The year built, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, does it have basement finish, any type of characteristics. And this is an opportunity for the property owner to give us feedback. Do we have the information accurate? If I say we have 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, and you say no, I have 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, I want you to make that correction on that document and mail it back into us. We will do a review of that and make the corrections as needed. This way, it gives the property owner insight on what we will be using to value that property. We will also be analyzing the income and expense forms that we have mailed out to any type of income-producing commercial property. We sent them out at the beginning, probably about the beginning of August. And we're asking for rental information, vacancy, and expenses pertaining to that property. We are not asking for any type of business information. This is an industry standard in what we do. On every job, we're asking for the income information pertaining to the property. Commercial property is valued based on the income approach to value. So once we get all of the data mailers back, all of the income and expense forms back, we get into the sales validation and sales analysis of the project. Every property that has been sold between January 1st, 2021 and June 30th of 2023 will be analyzed for a sales validation. We considered a property either a valid sale or an invalid sale. A valid sale refers to a property that has a true market value of what it sold for. A willing seller, a willing buyer. An invalid sale would be something that would not be a true indication of value. It could be a foreclosure, it could be a short sale, it could be a family transaction. So we go through and we analyze every property that has been sold between those dates. Once we get all the sales validation completed, we begin doing a market model valuation. We are reflecting what the current market is doing here in Kent County. Each municipality may be treated differently depending on the location. The sales are going to indicate what a value is. We do not just determine a value, we are reflecting what people are actually buying property for. So we do a very in-depth sales analysis and a market modeling. We come up with land, we'll come up with a building value, you take your land and your building, and you get your total assessed value. Once we do all of the market modeling, we then go back into the field and we do a value review. We're now reviewing the value on that property based on an in-person view within the field. So we're putting eyes on every property once again. We're looking for the quality, the characteristics, the value. Does it appear to be accurate? At that point, once everything is deemed to be correct, we send a notice to taxpayer out to every property owner. There will be a tentative value of notice on that property. So basically, we're giving the homeowner the opportunity to say, is my value accurate? That's what we're asking. So we're going to tell every property what we believe their property to be worth. This gives the property owner the opportunity to engage with us. Everybody will have the opportunity to make an appointment. We can either do it virtually, over the phone, or in person. And we're probably going to do a little bit of everything. That way we can accommodate everybody. Not everybody lives in state, and not everybody has access to the internet or a phone, so we don't want to exclude anybody from that process. So at that point in time, we are asking the property owner to come in, meet with us, and give us any information of why our property value may be inaccurate. They can bring in an appraisal. They can bring in comparable sales. Everybody has a realtor that's a friend. Everybody knows a realtor at some point in time. People can bring in pictures of their property. Maybe the interior of their home is in poor condition. Well, that is tough to notice from the outside. So there's things that we may not know when we put the value on the property. So every property owner will have that option to come in and meet with us. Once all the informal reviews are done, we will do a reconciliation and we will readjust values as needed. There may be a point where a bunch of people from one development came in because there was an issue with the land that we were not made aware of. Well, if there's 100 homes in that neighborhood and 25 people came in, we're going to make adjustments to all 100 homes in that development because it's affecting everybody, not just the 25 people that came in for the informal. So there's times that people may see a change of that tentative notice even though they did not come in for an informal review. At that point, the reconciliation will be final, and we will finalize all values with Kent County by February 15th of 2024. At that point in time, all property owners have the right to file a formal appeal. That formal appeal will be held directly with Kent County with the Board of Assessment. So there's a number of different times that a property owner has the chance to put input within the property reassessment. The first time is through the data collection process. The second time is through the data mailer. The third time is through the informal review. And the fourth time is through the formal review process. So when we go out to a property, there will be times that they may have a no trespassing sign up on the property. Or maybe they called us up and asked us not to come out onto their property. We will respect their wishes. We don't want to push our way onto anybody's property. At that point in time, we will do an estimate using the existing information. We will look on the multiple listing service to see if we can get any information pertaining to that property. And we will also use the aerial photography that was done in 2021 and 2022. So we will do an estimate to our best ability based on that refusal. They still have the option to come in, meet with us informally to get any of that data correct, if maybe we overestimated or underestimated. Going back to the income and expense forms, I put a copy in everybody's packet. So we have mailed these out to everybody. We mailed a total of 2,579 income and expense forms out. This form is not mandatory. However, it is very important. We do ask people to submit back what type of rent they are getting for a particular property. A restaurant is going to rent differently than a warehouse. A warehouse is going to rent differently than an office. An office is going to rent differently than a retail space. So it really helps us create models. And that is what we're looking for. We're not looking for invasive personal information. This goes back to the real estate. Anybody who has a commercial property, anybody who has ever taken out a loan for a commercial property has had an appraisal done. That appraisal included the income approach to value, whether they know it or not. It is an industry standard in what we do. So far, we have received a total of 371 back as of yesterday, which equates to 14.38% of the total mailing that we have mailed out. I have asked that all property owners return the income and expense form by the end of September. So it does give us a couple more weeks to gather more information. If a property owner returns the form, commercial, thank you. If a commercial property owner returns that form in October and November, we will still accept it. It is not a cutoff date, but we have to collect the information so we can begin modeling in order to come up with rental rates, vacancy, expenses, and cap rates through that process.
Tell them what happens when they don't send it.
So if somebody does not send an income and expense form in, we will use the estimated rental rate for other similar properties of people who have turned them in. We are constantly scrubbing the internet. We are looking at the multiple listing service. Anytime that you drive down the road and you see a property for lease, we are calling that number. We are finding how much money they are asking for per month or per square foot for that matter, and what type of rent is it. Is it a gross lease? Is it triple net? That all gets factored into the equation. So, sometimes people feel, I don't want to fill that form out. I don't want to give you that info. You may not benefit. If our market model shows that an office building is getting $22 per square foot in rent, and we have you at $22, but you're only getting $18, we're assuming that you're getting more rent because you did not return that income and expense form. It is very important. we're looking for accurate information. The next form is the data mailer form. This is the form that we send out to the residential information. We ask all property owners review that information, make sure the picture is of your dwelling, the sketch appears to be accurate, and the tabular data appears to be correct. We will be basing our valuation based on this information. So we're asking all property owners to review that and let us know if something's wrong. We don't want to put an incorrect value on anything.
Ryan, when will those be going out?
They will probably begin to go out within the next month. So we're going to
Good to know.
We're going to put those out by municipality, and each municipality, once we get everything into the computer, we will do a review of that data and we will send that out as a municipality as a whole. And the final piece of paper is the notice to taxpayer. This would be the tentative value that Tyler Technologies has determined to be the fair market value on your property as of July 1st, 2023. That is the date of value. July 1st, 2023 is a snapshot in time of what that property is worth. And this will go into effect for the 2024 tax year. So currently, we have completed all of the municipalities for the residential. All properties have been inspected, with the exception of Noble's Pond in Cheswold. And that has not been completed because a part of the community is within the corporate limits of Cheswold, and the other portion of the community is in the unincorporated area. We will be completing that at one time within the unincorporated area. That way we're not coming in and going out of that subdivision. But all of the residential has been completed in the municipality. Little Creek 100 has been completed, and we're currently working in Duck Creek 100 of the unincorporated area. Overall, we have completed 41.11% of all residential property. Commercial, currently we've completed all of the municipalities with the exception of the city of Milford and the city of Dover. We're wrapping up the city of Milford now. We should be wrapping that up in the next 2 weeks, and then we will be working in the city of Dover. Once the city of Dover is completed, we will go into the unincorporated area. Currently, we're at 51.76% completed for the commercial. So overall, our total, residential was 40.40 completed. Our total parcel count that has been field inspected is 41.11% complete. So we're still moving through the process. As we move through the process, we're doing the data entry on the stuff that has already been completed. We're doing the sales analysis on the stuff that has been completed, and we are working on tentative valuation for those municipalities. All of the neighborhoods have been 100% delineated, and they will be tweaked through the sales and valuation process. Data mailers, they will be set to go out as a municipality is deemed to be finished. Currently, the municipalities that we have entered all of the residential information on, Hartley, Kenton, Lipsick, Little Creek, Houston, Magnolia, Viola, and Woodside. So all of those municipalities, we have entered all of the info into the computer, and we will begin prepping data mailers to send out to those residents. That should happen within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Are there any questions that I can answer from anybody?
Hey, Ryan, on the data mailer, you said that'll go out in next month. How about the estimate of assessed value? When does that go out, roughly?
Roughly, it's going to be fall of 2023.
So it's
by Commissioner Sweeney to approve the air system blower optimization project. Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton? Absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals the motion pass. Item number 2, Commissioner Howe.
Thank you, Mr. President. One item of note here where it says amendment number 2, that actually should be amendment number 3. And I'll make the motion accordingly. Move to approve amendment number 3 to the agreement with Rummel, Klepper, and Call LLP for the biosolids capacity expansion project in an amount not to exceed $43,900. The funding source will be sewer fund unrestricted retained earnings, and authorize President Levy Court to sign the contract amendment contingent upon the county attorney's concurrence.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Howe, second by Commissioner Maston to approve the biosolids processing resources services. Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton? Absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals the motion passed. Item number 3.
Move to approve change order number 2 to the laboratory services contract with the ALS Environmental for a contract extension from October 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022 at the new unit price schedule, and authorize President Levy Court to sign the change order.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Howe, second by Commissioner Maston. Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, can we have roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton? Absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals the motion passed. Item number 4.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to approve change order number 1 for the fiscal year 2020 to fiscal year 2023 general labor and equipment contract, extending the contract with George and Lynch Incorporated from October 1, 2022 to September 30, 2023 with revised unit prices shown in change order number 1, Table A. Funding shall be sewer fund operating revenue or other funding as specified by project from fiscal year 2023 and 24, and authorize President Levy Court to sign change order number 1.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Howe, second by Commissioner Angel to approve. Item number 4. Any questions? Seeing none, can we have roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton? Absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals the motion passed. New business continued. Potential action items from the committee meetings. Mr. Sweeney.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Shepherd had to leave. He has a child that he has to pick up from soccer practice. I move to award the contract for Big Oak Entrance paving project to Jerry's Paving of Milford, Delaware in the amount of $107,453 and authorize the president of Levy Court to sign a contract for that purpose. It doesn't say, but funding comes from state community transportation funds and several representatives and senators.
Second motion.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Sweeney, second by Commissioner Angel on the Big Oak Entrance Paving Bid Results Award. Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, can we have roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton, absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals the motion passed. That's the end of our potential action items from the committee meetings. Mr. Angel, you have one item there.
Yes, Mr. Quayle.
Thank you, Commissioner Angel. We have been informed by the union that represents our wastewater treatment facility employees that they wish to renegotiate the existing contract. It was a 3-year agreement originally, and the current agreement does expire at the end of the calendar year. Per our agreement, you have a 120-day window to notify us if you intend to renegotiate. They have submitted that letter, and we are requesting that the commissioners appoint the negotiating committee, which is similar to the one that we had just 3 years ago. Back to you, Mr. Angel.
Any questions for Mr. Quayle? Seeing nobody, move forth. I move to appoint and authorize the county attorney, personnel director, public works director, finance director, and county administrator to negotiate a successor collective bargaining agreement with CWA Local 13101, District 2-13 AFL-CIO, representing eligible Kent County wastewater treatment facility employees.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Maston on the union contract negotiations team. Any questions? Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton, absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals motion passed.
Thank you, commissioners.
We have Mr. Hall has an appointment to the Board of Adjustment.
Thank you, Mr. President. I nominate Eve Coleman as my representative to the Board of Adjustment for the 2nd District.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Hall, second by Commissioner Sweeney for a new appointee to the Board of Adjustment, Eve Coleman. Any questions on the motion?
Mr. President.
Mr. Angel.
This nominee's background is not even on here, anything other than a cell phone and an address. So I'd like to see it filled out so I know what I'm voting for. So until that happens, I won't be voting for this.
Okay. Any other commissioners?
Hi, Mr. President. Hi, Mr. President. This is Commissioner Hall here. As far as I know, all that information has historically been optional. And so I certainly appreciate Commissioner Angel's objection, but I don't believe that we've required that information before, and I don't think we need it now.
Okay, any other questions or comments on? Okay. And we did have a motion, correct, to approve? All right.
Yeah.
Any other questions? See none? Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Not voting then.
Mr. Buxton, Absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 5 yeas, 1 not voting, and 1 absent.
Okay. Mr. Angel, can you do Mr. Buxton's introduction, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. Introduction of ordinance LC 22-17, ordinance to amend the comprehensive plan designation and the official zoning map of Kent County, Delaware, pursuant to provisions of Kent County Code Volume 2, Chapter 205 zoning, Article 3, Section 205-8 and Section 205-9, Article 28, changes and amendments effective December 1st, 2000, as amended. Reference application CZ 22-06, Robert Barlow, for public hearing on Tuesday, October 25th, 2022, at 7 p.m.
Thank you. That is an introduction. Mrs. Masson, you have an introduction as well.
Introduction of ordinance LC 22-19, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of a Kent County general obligation bond in an amount not to exceed $17 million for the biosolids capacity expansion project and authorizing all necessary actions in the connection therewith for public hearing on Tuesday, September 27th, 2022 at 7 p.m.
Thank you for that introduction. Other business, Commissioner Angel, I believe we need both of those.
Move to go into executive session, meeting following the business meeting for preliminary discussion on site acquisition for publicly funded capital improvement, legal strategy session regarding collective bargaining or pending or potential litigation and personal matters pursuant to 29 Del Code 10004 B2, 4, and 9.
All right, that's the motion. Need a second.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Masson. Can we have roll call, please, on that item?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton, absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Oh, there, okay. Mr. Hall, yes. Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Mr. Pepper, was that item 2?
That was item 1.
That was 1, following this meeting. Thank you. I do have one small item for that. Thank you.
Item number 2.
Move to go into executive session, meeting following the committee meetings of September 20, 2022, for preliminary discussion on site acquisition for publicly funded capital improvement, legal strategy session regarding collective bargaining or pending or potential litigation, and personal matters pursuant to 29 Del Code 10004 B2, 4, and 9.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Masson. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Angel?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton, absent. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mrs. Maston?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. President, roll call reveals 6 yeas, 1 absent.
Thank you. Roll call reveals the motion passed. We'll have a executive session at the end of the September 20th, 22 meeting. And this time, are there any informational items? Any public comments? Or any commissioner comments? Commissioner Sweeney.
Thanks, Mr. President. So August for the Sweeney family was kind of rough. I just wanted to extend my thanks to, again, to Levy Court commissioners, staff, and all those that sent flowers for the passing of my father father-in-law, Wilson Reed. That was very much appreciated.
Thank you. Any other commissioner comments? Seeing none, need a motion to adjourn to executive session.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Angel, second by Commissioner Howell. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned executive session.